remember that I said in the dressing room, no rabbit punch, please. No? Okay? Watch, no low blow, watch it there. Okay? Thank you very much.
Eagerly anticipated top clash in the traditional old 9 stone 9 lightweight division. These are the two highest ranked fighters in Europe. The champion from Belarus, the underrated, really good Yuri Romanov, and the challenger for this European crown, the reigning British champion, the dogged, gritty, and always decent Jon Thaxton. It's got the trade interested, this, Jim. Yeah, it's a tremendous match, I mean, Thaxton has developed into an excellent 12-round fighter. He can work at a pace for 12 rounds, and I think that's the big plus for him here, because Romanov can be a little bit one-paced at times. They touch gloves, mutual respect between the pair, the southpaw style of Jon Thaxton. We've seen it so many times through the years. He can switch hit. This is fight number 41 for him, but he is 33 now. It's come late on in his career, and it's against a smooth boxer who has power, and he's better than he looks as well. And Thaxton's just taken a solid left hook straight away. He's swinging wild punches too soon here, Thaxton. He just wants to settle down, try to impose the southpaw jab, try to give the champion some problems. But he's reaching with punches, he's losing his balance already. I think he's just too keen to make an early impression. Romanov, by contrast, is looking very solid. Your cool customer, very mature for his years. Romanov still only 25. Thaxton gets so worked up, fired up. Wants to win everything. With the big punches, the swinging hooks, but can be wild and can be countered like that. Well, the big problem, the big early problem is Romanov seems to have no problem finding the target with solid punches. Thaxton's hurt already. Yeah, wonderful start this from Yuri Romanov. He's finding Thaxton's head, his chin exposed. He's going to have to be sensible here, Jon Thaxton, and box his way into it. See, Thaxton has an exciting style. He doesn't mind taking chances, and that could be his undoing here, because this young man definitely is world class. Already a bit of blood from the nose of Thaxton, and the right eye just swelling up a touch. Compact look to Romanov. Not wasting anything yet. No, he's so precise with these punches. Just that little half step back out of range, back in again. These are solid shots Thaxton has been forced to take. Not the start he had planned, that's for sure. Comes back to orthodox. Thaxton trying something different. He's been marked up and cut before. Blood to the nose of Romanov. And that's the only thing that's gone wrong for the Belarusian in this opening round. Looking strong. That was just a stumble, but Romanov has made Thaxton work all the way through. Thaxton has tried to take the early initiative, but he's missing badly, making big mistakes, and against a man as controlled as this, it's going to let you down badly the longer this goes. He has to tighten up, has to get his boxing together. He's too disjointed, taking too many chances. Not always the quickest out of the blocks, Yuri Romanov, but he is tonight. 1 round to the champion.
Gotta be tight, just with first 4
Graham
rounds.
Everett and Dominic Ingle, who's been around Jon Thaxton for so many years.
And then he starts piling shots. He wants to stand in front and plant his feet, this kid.
So Thaxton needs to put just a little bit more thought into what he's doing, making far too many mistakes far too early in this one. Look at the way Romanov can find the range, step right in, widens his stance and lets the bombs go. Going to be a tough one for Thaxton.
Second round, Yuri Romanov 5-2 on to retain his title against Jon Thaxton. Thaxton's lost 7 times in a very long, hard career. All the wheels come off. In patches, he did very well against Dave Stewart last time out. 1 or 2 people thought he was slower, the reflexes, just not quite what they were. What's he got to do here, quickly, Jim, to get into this?
He has to think his way around here. He can't take anything like the amount of chances he took in the earlier round. He realises the challenger he wants to make an early impression, but I think a couple of thumping right hands showed him what can happen if he makes some mistakes. But this young man is very precise, very patient. He's not in a hurry. He doesn't have local fans to please, so he can take his time, take his chances when they come. Thaxton looks like the one who seems to want to make things happen.
Very ambitious too, Romanov. Believes he will be a world champion. And he's trained ever so hard for this. Terrifically fit.
This is more controlled from Thaxton, which was required, but still reaching with the shots. Romanov, very good feet movements, just little half steps here. That punch was blocked by Thaxton.
Here's Thaxton on his toes, trying some movement. Can box, has got skills. Not a great amateur record, but he's learnt the professional game over the years from fighting some of the best light welterweights and lightweights that we've produced.
Well, Thaxton's not allowed Romanov to walk into range the way he was doing in the opening round. I think he's just a little bit over-eager then, a bit more control. He's not really landing any quality shots, but better than we saw in the opening round from him.
He knows that Romanov can be beaten. It's happened twice. And once against Graham, but a good left hook from the Belarusian, and he's got the power and he's hurt Thaxton.
I mean, he should not be throwing back here with his experience. He should be surviving and be clinching. These are solid punches, these are hurtful shots.
The big power going in from Romanov. He's got 13 in his 20 wins.
I mean, I would have thought experience was where Thaxton had the edge, but he didn't use that experience. He was firing back when he was badly shaken, and quite lucky to get out of trouble there.
Away from the Cambies, he's hitting harder now, Romanov, than when he came to Britain last time and lost closely to Graham Earl. He's also fighting more regularly.
Him off, then pop him, right, and then step in with your backhand. Everything from the outside. You've got to move to your right. Deep breathe, come on. He's only catching me stupid shots.
They're already getting worried in there.
Yeah, they're entitled to be worried, because every time Romanov has landed cleanly, you can see the effects. Has Thaxton in big trouble. And this was a point here where Thaxton should have gone on the defensive. He'd taken a couple of solid shots already, but he's trying to fire back when he should be covering. Can't afford to take chances against this man.
It's the round that Yuri Romanov won the European title in November 2006 against one Carlos Melero Diaz. Went to Spain to do it, had to get off the floor as well. Not worried about travelling, not one iota. Also stopped Tonchev in the third. So he can finish things early, Romanov, and he had Thaxton in some trouble in the second. Loading up still, Thaxton.
Romanov not wasting an ounce of energy, just pressurising sensibly, stalking, taking his time, just waiting for the openings, and when they come he's springing on them. Thaxton's still a little bit disjointed, but this is the way Thaxton boxes, so we can't expect him to change his style at this late stage, but he needs a bit more control.
Trying to pull the trigger on one of his big left hooks, Jon Thaxton. Perfectly caught Paul Scrap Iron Ryan here many, many years ago, but he was fresher and quicker.
Well, I have said that Thaxton is a good 12-round fighter, but normally he's controlling things, but tonight he's been forced to work. He's been forced to work every second. Romanov, the presence is right there in front of him all the while. So I would imagine Romanov would last the pace better.
This often improves as the fight ticks along as well. Romanov gets into his rhythm. Sharp punches. Doesn't do anything spectacularly, Jim, does he? But he's just effective.
Yeah, but it's textbook stuff. He's so well balanced. Every punch that comes is solid because he is so well balanced. And he's not reaching with shots. He doesn't throw and hope for the best. He knows exactly what he's doing in there, and every time he lands cleanly again, you see the effect.
Right hand. Thaxton just falls backwards. lost his balance, but it's not looking good for the hordes of Norwich fans that will be cheering Thaxton on tonight. Got some damage to the nose as well.
Even when Thaxton gets some punches off, Romanov's defences are so good. Look at the way he's just edging in, not letting any punches go until he's sure they're going to land. I mean, this is really one-class stuff from Romanov.
Yeah, that nose damage looks bad for Thaxton. Don't know if he's broken it, but blood is flowing quite freely from it, and that's going to affect his breathing. One-sided at the moment, and an excellent defence so far from Yuri Romanov.
And Thaxton has not made even the slightest impression on this young champion. Excellent.
Vaseline, give me some Vaseline. It's always going to be a thinking fight, right? Don't be squinting there, crash bang wallop. You've got to keep moving to your right, John Owen, coming over at top of his jab and firing your backhand off. You listening? Yeah. Right. Listen, you don't.
Motivation and working on the nose as well.
I mean, look how well balanced Romanov is. He doesn't have to wind the punches up. The punches don't have to travel far to get the full power behind them.
Yeah, that right hand did the damage, didn't it? Exquisite fists of Yuri Romanov from Minsk in Belarus. He has had no problems with the southpaw style either of Bobby Vanzi, who he floored 5 times on the way to an 8th round victory, and also Steve Murray. And he's got to grip straight away with what Jon Thaxton has to offer. Another right hand, and he's catching him with increasing ease.
I mean, we have the greatest respect for Thaxton, but we've never considered him to be genuine world class. But I think this young man, if he's not now, then he's certainly heading towards that. So controlled, so precise, not wasting a thing, not wasting energy, not wasting punching. Look at the accuracy again.
Ranked number 3 by the WBA, Romanov said it was down to inactivity and problems out of the ring, the loss to Graham Earl. He believes he's quicker and more powerful than Jon Thaxton, and he always aimed to stop him as well inside the distance. Right hand, and he's cut as well, Thaxton. He's cut by the right eye, and that looks bad.
Well, if things continue, believe it or not, Adam, the cut might be the best news we've seen, because if it's bad enough, and they may be looking for an excuse to get him out of there because nothing is going right, and if this continues, he's going to get tuned up. And we know the heart that Thaxton's got. He will not give up.
That looks really bad, and he lost on a cut eye in a British challenge to Jason Rowland, who's ringside tonight, and Rowland felt this was a step too far for Thaxton. Big punches now going in from Romanov, who will want to get the job done quickly.
Yeah, and Thaxton's own punches, no effect whatsoever. That is a horrible looking cut. Yeah. So, maybe not but the worst thing, Adam, that's ever happened, because there are no signs that Thaxton's going to get himself into this.
Yeah, we think it was a right-hand punch that caused the cut. So if it stopped on that, that would end it. Accidentally, it might be a no contest, but the punch, the fist of Romanov opened it up. And the right hand bounces in the other side of Jon Thaxton's face. I mean, it's different levels and different class, unfortunately.
Yep, and if Romanov misses with a couple of shots, he doesn't worry, he just sticks with what he's doing because he knows it's right and he knows it's working. This is a quality performance from Romanov.
What can Thaxton do? Is there anything? Any haymaker? One punch he can land, it's got him out of trouble before. But he's tight defensively, Romanov, and he's in total charge.
Yeah, and Thaxton's always had a kind of disjointed style, but it looks even more so here. Another excellent round for the champion.
Are you listening to me? Don't give him too much respect. Come on. Right? Are you listening? You've got to stick to your boxing clever, Jono. Yeah. Deep breathe, deep breathe. Come on. Walk him round, don't deep breathe. Big shots, big deep breaths. Come on. Listen. When you catch him, you're taking a little bit out of him, and he's giving you everything these first few rounds. You're listening? Yeah, you've got to be tough, and you've got to dig in, but you've got to box and not swing stupid. Right?
Straight
Compose
punches.
yourself.
Straight punches.
Right? Yeah. Vaseline, quick, Vaseline, quick.
Is there any way back?
Well, there are no signs that he can get himself into this. There's a difference in quality in the punching and in the moves and the all-round performance, but that was the punch there that caused the cuts. He bang a glancing blow from the right hand, just tore the skin.
10 seconds.
And just adding to Thaxton's already immense problems.
Seconds out, round 5.
Yeah, we were speaking to Yuri Romanov's manager, Philippe Fondu, earlier tonight and last week, and he was in no doubt that Romanov was in the shape to do this, to put this sort of performance on. 5th round. Jon Thaxton's never been wanting in the courage and the heart department. He'll stay with it as long as he can.
And he has turned fights around in the past, Thaxton. He doesn't lack character. He's had bad starts and come back from it. But we haven't even seen a sign yet that he's capable of doing that. Maybe he'll prove us wrong once again.
He's very honest as well, Thaxton. He knows he's not the best boxer in the world, but in terms of fitness and fighting spirit, he has it in bundles. Right hand gets through. A touch better from the challenger and British champion.
Yeah, right hand comes through, but he's taken a better left hook back. There's a difference in the quality of the shots. It's the way Romanov sets himself. Every shot has full power without winding them up.
Stalking Thaxton as well, Romanov. And that cut open again, sliced above the right eye. So patient, isn't he, Romanov? Doesn't panic at all.
Yeah, but what he's doing is working. Actually, this is the best little spell we've seen from Thaxton, getting his punches off. And Romanov kind of dropped his gloves and walked away from Thaxton just about 20 seconds ago. I don't quite know what that was about, but back looking businesslike again.
He can be lazy in patches, Romanov. So twice we've seen that in the past. He does grind you down. Catches the head of Thaxton. Wild lunges from the Norwich fighter. Walked into that right hand, didn't he?
Again, so accurate and so solid.
Good jab from Romanov, and he starts to work the body of Thaxton. There's so many sit-ups and works with a medicine ball, Thaxton. But that eye looks extremely bad. It's gushing out blood, and the nose as well. It's a bloody mess for Thaxton, but he's still digging deep. Oh, that's terrible, Jim.
And this can't go on much longer. This cannot go on much longer. That's a horrible cut.
We're nearly at the end of the round. Dominic Ingle looking on with concern. Referee Massimo Baravecchio from Italy brings them to the end of the 5th. Dominic Ingle said no more. They're going to pull Jon Thaxton out.
Just like that and that fucking deal. I finished. That's it. Leave it.
It is over.
No good, mate. You can't fight with that for another fucking 7 rounds.
One-sided. Excuse the language in there, because there's a lot of emotion going on.
Fight another day, kid. He's right. He's right. It's a fucking deal.
They're saying he's right. Apologies again for the language for Dominic Ingle.
I know.
But he is telling Jon Thaxton something he doesn't want to hear.
Save it for another day, John. You're not going to get through that fight on that cut. You're going to get stopped after about 8 or 9. It's too deep, that ref. It's down to his face. You can't go on with that, John, otherwise I'll let you go on, mate. Right? That's just too deep. It's going to make a mess of your face and it's going to get worse.
He's gutted Jon Thaxton. The referee seems to think the fight's going on.
I think maybe the referee wants the bell to ring and then he'll stop the fight at the beginning of the round. I don't know if that's what he has planned. Yeah, it is.
Romanov to the neutral corner. And now he's looking at the cut and he's finally waved it off. It is all over. Yuri Romanov retains his European title, and it was pretty easy, to be truthful.
Yeah, well, I have to congratulate Jonathan Thaxton for his effort. I also have to congratulate the corner for showing good sense. When the cut happened a couple of rounds ago, believe it or not, I believe I said it could be a blessing in disguise, because there was no signs that Thaxton, brave as he is, good as he is, was going to get himself into this fight. So never like to see a fighter getting cut, but glad to see this one over, because Thaxton was taking solid punches, no signs he was going to turn things around, and this young man will be seeing lots more of him in the future, and we'll be seeing it at world level, I'm sure.
No disgrace to lose to Yuri Romanov, who could be going all the way to world title honours. Jon Thaxton, the brave British champion, pulled out from a horrendous cut, but to be honest, he never really got into it. Scything punches, and he's good, Romanov.
Yep, the first time I clapped eyes on this young man, I said I thought there was a little bit of star quality about him. Very impressed with him tonight.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 7 seconds of round number 6, the referee has accepted the retirement of Jon Thaxton's corner due to Jon having sustained a severe laceration above the right eye. Therefore, your winner, and he is still the lightweight champion of Europe from Belarus, Yuri Romanov. Your appreciation, please, for a superb challenge from Jon Thaxton.
Disappointment then for Jon Thaxton. We'll get his thoughts in a couple of moments' time. We'll get the thoughts of Nicky Piper as well. There's world-class action from the States. Librado Andrade against Robert Stieglitz from Germany. Before that, though, the best of the action from here at your call, including an explosive fight between Lee Purdy and Jamie Spence.